Hello there, this is Naresh. Let's go ahead and take a look at creating a conversational AI agent using Vertex AI Agent Builder. The example I am choosing here is not necessarily something that you would really need to create a bot for, but the idea was to choose a very simple use case with an easily accessible API which is available out there on the internet for you to start playing around with Vertex AI Agent Builder in case you haven't got a chance to do so yet. What is our agent's goal? Help the user with currency conversion. To create our agent, we're going to provide instructions in natural language as seen here. Ask the user for the currencies that they want to convert to and from, ask for what amount, and then provide them with the answer. Let's proceed. Go to your Google Cloud Console and look for Agent Builder. Create a new app. Select the option that you see at the bottom here. I am going to remove the timestamp and just call it currency agent. Create. I'm going to leave the default generative agent the way it is. I'll tell you why in a little bit. And I'm going to create a new agent inside of this one. I am going to call it currency agent. For the goal and instructions, I'll copy what I already have in this Google Doc. I'm actually going to save this and let's give it a shot right away actually. Instead of the default generative agent, I'm going to call currency agent, currency conversion. Based on what the instructions that we have given here, it's already asking what we want it to do. So I'm going to say USD to Canadian dollars. For what amount? I'm going to say 10 USD, and it came back with an answer 1327. Is that what it's supposed to be? It's supposed to be 1367. Our agent is hallucinating. So let's go ahead and actually now look at what we need to do to ground our agent using our own data. In this case, I'm going to use the API from currency data API from apilayer.com. The API has multiple endpoints and I'm using the convert endpoint. I'll just quickly run it once again for 10 USD to Canadian dollars. Now, how do we make use of this API within our agent? You go back to the agent, go to this option here that says tools, and create a new tool. I am going to call my tool currency tool. And it needs the OpenAPI specification for the API in question. Let's go ahead and use the Vertex AI Studio to generate the API specification. I have the prompt type from earlier, so I'm not going to type it in again. I just go back here, go to my prompts, and here it is. What does this prompt say? Convert the following curl command and JSON response into an OpenAPI specification. Provide a description and operation ID. This part here, make sure you include the server URL in the definition and give me a single YAML. I've sometimes seen that it skips the server URL. That's why I explicitly said make sure you include the server URL in the definition. Why did I say give me a single YAML? Say for whatever reason you don't have access to AI Studio and you decide to use Gemini. And Gemini sometimes splits the output into two different outputs. That's why I specified that I want a single YAML. Over here you will see I have the request and the response. I just copied it from over here. I skipped the key. The key is not needed to generate the YAML. And the response, I took it from here. I'm just going to take it from here from before. Copy it. Go back to my agent. Go back to the schema option here. You have an option to do it in JSON as well. I'm going to use YAML. For the description, I'm again going to use the description that I got earlier. and I'm going to need the API key. For the API key, I'm going to go copy it from here. The header name is API key. So let me put it here. API key. Save it. Okay. So you see 1327 and we want 1367. Let's see if we get it. Reset or not reset. Replay the conversation. It's just replaying the conversation from earlier. I got it as 1327. Is that what I wanted? Nope, we want 67. Let's see what's going on. So, oh, actually, I forgot one more step that I need to do. I mean, I defined the API specification, created the tool, all that is fine, but in my instructions, I have not yet asked the agent to use it. So I gotta go here and say use tool, currency tool, and provide them with the answer. Save it and replay the conversation. Let's see if we get 1367 this time. Bingo, we got 1367. You see that in the steps here, you will see that it has called the tool, and if you expand it, you will see that it has sent the input and output as Canadian and USD, and got the response here. Where did it go? 1367, the result here, which it provided the user with. Uh, this has worked fine. In spite of this, there are a couple of things, other things that you definitely want to do. Actually, one other thing, which is you want to give your agent a few short examples. I'm going to use the conversation that's already there. Click on currency agent and say save examples. And I'm going to call it currency example one and hit on create. Always a good idea to give the summary. Okay, am I able to hit on create now? So since this is not your default playbook, which I'll go back to in a moment, the example cannot start with the user utterance. So I got to go here, remove this utterance, and let's hit on create this time, and it saved that. Uh, you could give it more examples if you wanted. I could actually copy paste and create more, but I'm not going to do this right now because it's a simple use case here. You could change the verbiage if you like. Example, and let's see, how much would you like to convert today? I'm going to hit on save. Okay, let's go back out here, hit on cancel, reset the conversation, go back to currency agent again. See, it used the example that I had provided earlier. Let's actually this time say 10 USD to INR. There you go. It went to the tool. It provided in the tool, it provided the two currencies, USD and INR, and the amount to the API in question. It got the result back, 83, 8352. Let's actually make sure that's right, 830. Okay, I got it right. Uh, what do we do with the default generative agent? Think of this as your steering agent, right? You don't want to use this agent for your actual steps. You use this to ask the user what help they want and steer them to the corresponding agent. Uh, in real life example, I'm assuming you would have more than one agent, right? I'm going to save this, remove this here. Save this. You would have yet another agent which you would create, which would do something else. And in your generative agent user, you would say if the user is asking for that, XYZ, whatever your use case is, and in that case, take them to that agent. And you could even say if they are asking for help with something else, politely decline. And actually, let's give it an example. I'm going to reset this conversation, go to default generative agent, say hello. Can you help me with converting with currency conversion? There you go. It took you to that agent. I'm actually now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to not proceed. Well, maybe I can. Uh, 10 USD to INR, and it came back with the answer. Actually, let me go back here and create an example using a different workflow. I'm going to reset this conversation, say create a new example, default one. Hello, currency conversion help. There you go. This is all I need in the example, so I'm going to go hit on create. And what did it say? Uh, pending invocation is not allowed, so I can't have a pending invocation here. So I need to go in here and say OK over here and hit on create. There you go. Uh, that's your first agent created using natural language. Very simple as you see. Definitely play around with whatever APIs that you have access to. I will try and create more videos in the future which shows multiple agents created inside of the same example or inside of the same Vertex AI agent. Hope this was helpful, and thank you for watching.